This is TreeHouse Vibes, Best Friends,
Uncut,
your raw and unfiltered girl talk podcast.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Welcome back to TreeHouse Vibes podcast. I am your host, Kristen.
And I'm your host, Brittany. And we are here with a very special guest, Mrs. Entrepreneur herself, Toya Monee is in the building on the TreeHouse couch. So, Toya, you want to tell the people real quick a little bit about what you do before or do you want me to go ahead and tell the people what you do? I think I'm going to tell the people what you do.
Let them know.
Okay, so
know.
Toya is
toot my horn.
an aspiring actress. She already has movies. Is it on Tubi?
Yeah, I'm on Tubi.
Okay, she's on Tubi. We'll get the name in a little while. Toya also is a host. Toya is an entrepreneur. She has her own business, has had her own business for years. What else Toya got? Did that check everything?
Did you say model?
Oh, I didn't say model.
Y'all see what I got on?
My bad.
Y'all see what I got on?
Model too. Yeah. So she's all of the things, and me and Kristen was really excited to have her here and to unpack a conversation. As y'all can see, looking at her, she's a very confident person. She's been very successful thus far, even though the sky's the limit for what she's gonna do in the future. But she's been very successful thus far with reaching towards her dreams and just showing up in a confident way and not being put in a box. And we just wanted to have her on the couch to talk about all of that. Okay. All right. So, speaking of, I just talked about how confident you are. Do you feel like you're a confident person?
Yes, I do feel confident because I've been like this my whole life.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Have you always been confident? Or
as a kid, sometimes I wasn't as confident because, as kids, we feel how we feel anyway. We compare ourselves to other people a whole lot, more so as kids. I'm not going to say people don't do it as adults.
Yeah.
So I feel like, growing up, I couldn't wear all the Jordans. My mom wasn't getting me all of that and all of that kind of stuff. So, that's the only kind of thing. But I always stood in who I was. So, people didn't look at me like the girl who didn't get to get the Jordans. They just, Toya funny, Toya cool, Toya this. So, I had to actually stand on being myself because the outward, it wasn't, what everybody else thought was cool as kids. It was popular. So I always had to just be me. So the confidence, it came with that. That's what I personally believe.
And I'm assuming your family supported your you being you.
I've been the star of the family. All my cousins, if y'all say anything different, y'all lying. But I always been, the favorite niece, the favorite cousin, the favorite sibling, the favorite child, parents. Yes, I'm saying it. And all my siblings know. But I always been the life of the party. I always just, this really is in me. My mom used to bet me, Mom, I'm telling your business. She used to bet me, we're going to store or something. She would bet me to do crazy stuff. I keep $20 if you're going here with this wig on and stuff. And I'm 8 years old, but she used to do it. Toya, show them people this. Read this. She used to make me read because I could read when I was 3. She'll make me read in front of the family. Get this magazine now.
Always put you in the spotlight.
Always. That's why my mom, she
created the monster we see today.
Yeah, she said she always thought I was gonna be like her millionaire as a kid. She always said she proclaimed that over me. So
there are a few people in the world more confident, cocky, whatever than you.
Well, thank you, I guess.
Once y'all follow her on social media, what's your social media hashtag?
So on Instagram and TikTok is Toya Monee _ so it's ToyaMonee _ and girl, whoever you are on TikTok named Toya Monee, give me the name and so I can take that underscore off because I hope you watching because I'm so tired of the underscore. I'm over it. That's not my name. And on Facebook, it's just Toya Monee. So yeah.
Yeah, so once y'all follow her and y'all see how she is, you see how she dressed, this is who she is and what she do on a regular basis. That's just not because she here.
Right.
This is who you are. Okay. Just had to get that out of it.
She had to let them know, why she got on the suit? Why she fancy?
And why we dressed because
meanwhile, we chilling.
Because that's what she's gonna do.
She walked in here, we was like, girl, but I wouldn't expect anything less. I really wouldn't.
So When I think confidence, I normally think like a confidence journey, because a lot of people, you kind of spoke on that a little bit. Like a lot of people, they got more or less confidence as life went on. Yeah. So you were saying in very early childhood, you probably had like some confidence issues, but then your mama and your family and everybody treated you basically like a star.
Yeah, Beyonce the family.
Yeah, Beyonce the family. So that made you, I guess, stand on who you was and like stand on your square with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like what would you tell like an up and coming entrepreneur that doesn't have that confidence yet? Because sometimes to me, I guess it could be intimidating to if you don't have that confidence in yourself and you're looking for that type of I guess support or like some cheerleaders or whatever from the outside. Yeah. It might be like, well, I don't know. It might make it so that you scared to even step out. Or
you got to motivate yourself though. You have to motivate yourself. And as far as being an entrepreneur, you gotta know that this is plan A. You don't have a plan B. Like, don't even try to plan a plan B. Don't even say, if this don't work, this was what's next. Or you think that this has to work. So, it's a lot of times where you might have a drought. Or it's a lot of times where you're not going to make the money that you're used to making. But you have to just motivate yourself. I talk to my wife jokes about me talking to myself a lot. I have a lot of staff meetings. I talk to myself a lot, but
and your staff is one of one.
Yeah, I'm the only staff. I do not have any employees, but I keep myself motivated because it's a lot to have to. Because you think about it when we talking about the entrepreneur thing, that's just basically your job. So that's like if you have a job and you go home, you have a wife and you have kids or you have a husband. You still have to you have to pour into all these people regardless. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't motivate myself, I don't know how I will be able to do the things that I do. Like I talk to myself all the time, like, girl, you lit. Like, girl, you killed that show yesterday. Like, girl, this TikTok about to be good. Like, I talk to myself all the time because I have to, because like when nobody was doing it, then I was going to be depressed. I was going to be worried about it. I wasn't going to hear it. So when nobody was doing it, I was doing it. So I learned how to do it for myself. And then in turn, it became like a thing. Like, so I get it from everybody, my family, my friends, everybody motivates me. But if they didn't, I will have to, I had some hard times, trying to just stay afloat with the business and everything like that. So I just be here for me. So you got to motivate yourself, and definitely you got to just stay your ground. Like, just stay with it. Like, don't just give up because it get hard. You got to stay with it. If it's really in you. If it's not something you love to do, that might make it a little more hard. But
and maybe try something else.
Yeah, try something else. But I love cleaning up. It's a passion.
So
for real.
Take us on that journey. Take us on how you.
Because they don't know right now that you have a cleaning
business. My bad, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, so I started my cleaning business 7 years ago. Everybody was telling me. So I was trying to get a job at the post office so bad because I just didn't like anything. I didn't like anything jobs that I was doing. I like to work with my hands. So I was like, okay, well, the post office seemed like a job that I can get money from. People be retiring, because where we from, it's like certain jobs, like the shipyard or something you hear of. They like, that's a good job. You need to get that job. So I wanted this job at the post office so bad. And when I came in there and the lady told me I didn't get the job, she was like, she wanted to have a meeting with me. And I'm like, lady, I don't want to have no meeting with you if I ain't get the job. Like, I was mad. So she was just like, what's something that she was like, I just see so much in you. This is a stranger. Never met her a day in my life. And she was just like, I just see so much in you. She was like, what is something you could do that you would just love to do, that you could do for free? I was like, lady, nothing. Who want to work a job? I'm like, nothing. Like, it's nothing that I really like to do. Like, so I don't know why you harassing me, but I'm leaving out of this office.
She having a conversation and it's harassment.
I'm pissed off. I'm mad. Because why you asking me that? Why you
already rejected me?
Yeah, like I felt like she was doing the extra. Yeah, you hurt my feelings. Because I'm about to go in the car and cry. Because I did not stay another job I ain't get. And you asking me what I want to do for free.
Nothing.
We got bills, lady. I don't want to hear that. I'm stressed.
This conversation ain't even free.
I'm pissed off. So I was just like, so I went home and I thought about it. And I was like, oh, I like cleaning up. But then I was like, people are not about to pay me to clean their house. Like, that was my stress reliever. My parents would tell you, I was like this at 7 years old. Like, I would clean the whole house. Like, I didn't wait until who chore was what. If it was not clean, I'm not living in there. I'm going to bust the bathroom down if I want to take a bath. My room always spotless. Like, I will go mop the kitchen floor when I get home from school on a regular day. Like, my parents, they love they said that I don't live at their house no more. But so when the lady asked me that, that's the only thing I could come up with. Like, oh, I like clean is good stress. And then everybody, I moved out an apartment and I cleaned it so good. And the people was like, who did you hire to clean your apartment? And I was like, lady, I did that. She was like, you need to start a business. So I kept saying I was going to do it. And I was working a job at a warehouse around Suffolk. And the lady was like, everybody was like, do it on the weekend. So I lied to the people at the job. I said, I got to clean the business on the side, you know. I could start cleaning the break rooms because the bathrooms was trash.
Yeah.
I ain't want to use it. The first day I started this job, I asked, do y'all have,
so nasty.
I asked them, do they have somebody who cleans up? The first day. I asked who was in charge here, and they started letting me clean it. And then I ended up saying I was going to do my cleaning business on the weekends. I never did. And then I got laid off like September 2016 from the job. And then I made a Facebook October 16th, 2016, and boom. I mean, I never had professionally worked for a cleaning company. I never been a boss of nothing. I just started with nothing. I had to borrow my parents' vacuum. I had to borrow trash bags from their house. All my cleaning supplies came from their house. I mean, I didn't even have a car. I had to get a ride to my first job that I ever had. I even had to tell the person, I'll give you the gas money after I clean this house. Like, I started from scratch. But I stood there. I stood with it.
Especially what you're saying now, like, you don't even have, not necessarily you don't have room, but you got a lot of clients.
Oh, yeah.
So, listening to how you started off to where you at now, like.
Yeah. 7 years. And it was, but it was a lot of times I was like, I must got to get a job. This is getting a little crazy. But all of them times, my phone would ring. Every time, my phone would just ring and ring. And I realized that if I got a job, it would take away from what I was trying to do. I was thinking get a job money-wise because I need more income. Right. But it was like, oh, I only can work this day to this day. So...
and it probably wouldn't have been as fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get up in the morning and I be ready to go sweep some stuff up. I'm not lying, y'all. This is not an exaggeration. Like, even if I wake up with a hangover and I'm just over it, like, as soon as that first spray of that bleach.
I was about to say, you talking about cologne.
Hey, that first spray. All of that is gone. Like, I'm happy. I got my AirPods in. I got the music. I don't care if the people there, they not. Just going to another room. I'm having a great time. I'm singing, humming. If you see me, I'm in there. I love doing what I do. But I don't like cleaning up when I get home. Because I got kids. So that's what they there for.
So you like to do that?
Shout out to my kids. That's what y'all there for. Do y'all chores. But yeah.
So you went from working regular jobs to getting laid off to starting your own business with none of your own stuff. Yeah. Okay. And then fast forward, now you host a lot in the 757 area. Yes.
I'm glad you think it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I mean, it's good for me. But
yeah, it's a lot. And it's all different types of things. It's parties. It's, I seen like a family...
Field day. Oh, yeah. That was so fun.
Yeah, like, it's different things. Like, it's not one-dimensional. Yeah. You do it all. The things that you're doing with acting and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, it seems like once you stepped out on faith once, it became easier for you to just, like, like, I can do whatever I want to do. Or you probably always thought like that?
No. So, of course, no. Because when I was starting that business, I was like, I'm a little stressed. Like, is this for me? Like, what's up? I was telling my grandma when I first started my business, I had to borrow some money from her. And she was like, you need to get a job. You got to borrow some money. And I was just like, Grandma, dang. I'm like, I just started and I don't borrow money from you all the time. This is the first time. Like, you tripping. I'm like, and it really crushed my spirit a little bit. Like, dang, do I need to get a job?
Right.
But that same business, I was able to take care of her, move her in with me and pay all her bills. You know what I'm saying? But how the hosting and stuff started. So the reason why I do all different type of stuff, because I want everybody out here to know. Look in the camera, people. I am not a club host, okay? I just do that because y'all be wanting to pay me to do that. That is my least favorite hosting. And I'm going to say it because I don't care if y'all don't book me for that. But weddings, I love them. Any type of private events, I love them, because the type of hosting that I'm trying to like host like Terry Crews, like Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
I'm not trying to just be around here the club saying AAA all night. I'm not. I don't even like going to the club. I played that a lot of times. Like I'm 30 out 6.
That is.
I've been going to the club since I was 18. Like I go. But then y'all be smoking in there. My throat be hurting for 2 days. Like, no, like I'll do it, but that ain't my vibe for real. Like, I want y'all to know I'm not just a party. I'm not just a club host. I'll host I'll host a funeral, baby shower, wedding, rehearsal dinner, whatever. Anything y'all need, kid friendly. Somebody just hit me up and asked me could I host a gospel karaoke?
Oh, that would be so
I was like, okay, that's different. I host yoga. I ain't really about to host. I'm just going to be there because the person's going to say the words. But by the time y'all see this, yoga going to be over, but I'm going to have some more. But yeah, I got yoga tomorrow, matter of fact. So yeah, that's why I host so many different stuff, because that's why I want y'all to know. It's different.
You would never think from the outside looking in, and this is a very important lesson of social media, people. Like, it's almost like that thing with comedians. Like, they say a lot of comedians actually are introverts. They really don't like being in front of people and stuff like that, but their medicine is making people laugh, making people smile or whatever. Yeah. That's what fulfills them. So it's like, you would think that this person, Martin or whoever it is a jolly, love being in front of people, love the attention type of person, but that's really not who they are. Yeah. You would think, looking at your social media, and a lot of the hosting events that you do have, that you are a big club person, and that would be the
I think that's the easiest one to get into.
It is.
So I think that's why it seems like, that's like the first one that everybody like will get you in, because there's nothing to do it. Like, it's so easy to do. So, I mean, initially, honestly, the hosting started after I took acting lessons, because I wanted to still, so I didn't want to not do anything, like, because all I was doing was cleaning up. I took acting lessons. Okay, no casting calls, no, there's nothing going on around here. It's not a lot going on. So I was like, what else can I do? I can do like MC stuff, or I can do this. So I started doing hosting to try to keep me warm with my acting skills. And that's the real reason why I started hosting. I love it though. It's cool. Yeah. But that's the whole reason. And the clubs gave me, let me in first. So that's why I started doing like the clubs.
That is interesting. Yeah. Just watching from the background, that is interesting to me. You would have never thought. People gonna be surprised to hear that.
I know they are. Yeah. Y'all can still book me though. But I be tired. I be tapping my wife. I be like, girl, I'm ready to go home. We got another hour and a half left.
So, with dealing with life in general, the things and the challenges that we have, you're married, you have children.
Shout out to T-Wash.
You dealt with grief.
Yeah.
How does that play on your confidence or your
self-motivation?
Yeah, self-motivation. Like, where's the balance? Or
whew, child. First and foremost, I want to say that it's very stressful. Because I am that confident one. I am that strong one. So a lot of people depend on me, like a lot. Like, so sometimes it do get overwhelming. But like a few months ago, my friend, she does like yoga and stuff like that. Shout out to I am Brittany Gale, Gayle. I called her maybe like a month before my grandma passed away. And I was just like, girl, I am like overwhelmed. I'm like to the max right now. All this hosting is coming in. I still got to be a mom. I still got to be a wife. Like, I just feel like I want to just reset. And she started doing guided meditation with me. We would like every Sunday we would link. Then she would give me homework, different ways to cope with that, stuff like that. And those things,
some balance.
Yeah, like breathing exercises, making notes on my phone, like all kind of stuff.
That's a good friend.
And she does it like for a living. Well, she said this is what she wants to do, so I just was like, test it on me because I need it. I just called her. I haven't talked to her. Yeah. And I just hit her up out of the blue. I haven't talked to her in years. And I just was like, girl, I need your help. Because I don't want to, because I feel like my life is about to take a whole different direction. It's only going to, this is the bottom floor. And it's only going up and up. So I don't want to have to spiral out of control when I'm already at my peak.
Right.
So teach me what to do when it gets to be like that. And she taught me. Ooh. And my grandmother passed away like the month after that. And I was like, I didn't know that I was going to need this whole, I needed that. Like, I was like, oh, I probably would have went even crazy. Like,
you needed a tool.
Yeah, because I don't know. That was crazy that it just happened. So it happened like that. Like, that I already was getting myself together, not even knowing. Like, no, she wasn't sick, no nothing. So it was just like crazy.
So you mentioned your grandmother twice. So for the viewers who don't know you, and so who was your grandmother to you? Like, as far as y'all relationship, all of that.
She was my dog, man. Like, my mom been in my life my whole life, so I wouldn't discredit my mom and say that my grandmother raised me, but my grandma was like how them grandmas was back in the day, man. Like, them grandmas who, your mama can be raising you, but your grandma still gonna put her everything in there. Like, she still, like, I would call my grandma on my mama when I was a kid. Like, my mama beat me, grandma. Like, you need to talk to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So me and my grandma, I'm the firstborn grandchild. So me and my grandma been close since my whole life. My
grandma too.
Yeah, like, I was the firstborn grandchild, so like, even when I was in college, I'd be out with my friends or something, and they'd be like, hey, to my grandma, because I'd be like, I gotta go out the room, because my grandma, we'll talk on the phone back then. Like, in college, I'll talk to my grandma like almost every day on the phone, because she couldn't see me.
Yeah.
So like, my siblings and, you know, my little cousins, they ain't really have that type of relationship with her. So that was like my homegirl. Like, I would tell my grandma anything. And when I got older and I was able to be in a better position in life, I let her come live with me. And I got somewhere to live, and her and my aunt came to live with me. So like, for the last 5 years, my grandma was living with me. Okay. So that was a whole different situation.
I was about to say, because being a caretaker.
Yeah.
Were you her caretaker?
No, she was good.
Oh, okay.
I took her to the doctor and stuff, like, because she didn't drive, but she did everything herself. We just lived together. It was just like a help thing. You know, you got somebody in the house that if you need this or need that, take you to the store, take you to the doctor. Like, I ain't had to do that. Was still my homegirl, just like that. And we lived together, and we was lit. Like, we had a good time. And I feel like we did get a little bit closer, because it was like I already knew her as a little kid,
but she learned you as an adult.
Yeah, and I did take care of her, but not in a sense of like physically. Yeah, but I took care of her because my main thing I told her was, I want you to see how I feel. You've been taking care of people like your whole life. I want you to see how I feel to let somebody. So even though I ain't get to get her the big house or whatever that she wanted, I still was able to sustain her for like the last 5 years to let her know, like, I appreciate everything you ever did for me. So I'm glad about
basically gave it
being
back.
able to, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you don't want to like go into this much longer, you could just let me know. Okay. But I was gonna ask, like, so with you being a super confident and self-motivated person, and by this time you've been in business on your own for years, and working towards doing all types of different things, and you just was starting to get overwhelmed with things with your business and hosting and things like that, because you reached out to old girl who helped you meditate and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now then grandma passes. How do you navigate still being self-motivated? Like, how do you?
I had to go to therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go to therapy. Like, the first month, I went, like, everybody kept suggesting, like, you should go to therapy. So I went like ASAP, like the next week, because my grandma passed away. I got her funeral that same week. Like, let's get this show on the road. Yeah. I didn't work for a month. Shout out to my wife. She said I don't never have to work again if I don't want to. But I ain't worked for a month, and it was so stressful. But my therapist's main thing was for me to not suppress it with work, not just, you know. And my kids, like, I'm the I hug my kids and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love them, but like, they could sense I want myself. Yeah. I stayed to myself, and they would just come in and say, "Are you okay?" They would come hug me. Not without them even knowing, you know what I'm saying, without me saying, oh, I'm sad today. And my kids definitely helped me so much, like, through that time, because I just couldn't see myself not being there for everybody else. And at first, I found myself checking on everybody, calling everybody just to stay and making sure everybody was good. And I was like, whoa. You got to get yourself together, because you already got a lot that you deal with anyway. So, so I went to therapy. I only went to like 3-4 sessions though, and I felt, and my therapist used to get annoyed with me because I kept telling her, I'm tired of being sad. Like, how long is this going to take? Like, and she's like, it's not a time limit, Toya. You got to feel. And I'm like, girl, look, okay, you don't even know. I am like the happiest person that you ever met, girl. And I just be looking sad. I just be looking sad every day. I'm tired of looking like this. I'm tired of looking like this. Like, I ain't even want to go to my clients because they all knew I took care of my grandma. And I have to go through this, you know, again, like calling her doctor's office and the nurses is busting out crying at me on the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I was determined because my grandma was my number one fan, bro. Mm-hmm. Like right now, she would know I was here. When I leave out here, she's going to ask me how it went. Yeah. From me hosting a kids sneaker ball to a party with strippers. My grandma asking me, how did that event go? She wants to see what I wore. She wants to see what it was about. Do I got pictures? Do I got videos? She wants to know everything. You still working at the club? Like my grandma asked me about everything, every casting call. Like she the only person I'd be like, I went to this casting call and it's crazy that you said about I was on Tubi. The movie came out the month she passed away, man. Oh, man. I was so mad. I'm like, dang, man. You could have dropped this movie 3 weeks ago. But I feel like since my grandma passed, like, I even had an event. Yeah, I had an event probably like 2 weeks after the next week after my grandma passed away. And the girl called me and was like, I know your grandma just passed away. You don't have to host. I said, no, ma'am. I said, I'm coming. I'm already booked. I said, and my grandma will talk junk about me for being a crybaby right now. Right. So I'm coming. I'm going to just get the dust off. I'm going to just try to host this event. And I feel like my career is actually going way more crazy. Like, it's going crazy.
She up there like, I got you now.
Yeah. Like, turning up. Like, I just be like, God dang. Like, and my grandma didn't really travel a lot. So she lived for me to, like, go to vacations and stuff like that. So I got to keep all that going. And she passed away when I was coming back from Jamaica, my last vacation to Jamaica. And I usually send her, show her the stuff afterwards. I come over, I sit on the couch. I'm like, Grandma, this is what we did in Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. This time I was sending it while I was there. Never do I ever send it while I'm there. Because it's like the data, whatever, trying to figure all that out. Wonder if it'll go through. I'm sending her all the pictures, everything while I'm there. And I'm like, okay, so she still got it. You know what I'm saying?
God is so amazing.
She still got to see it. So now I'm just going to keep going. If you see me in red, know it's from my grandma. So shout out to this red suit. But yeah, I keep going hard. Like I'm just going to keep going hard. Cause even though she can't call me and ask how I went, I know she mad proud. She always let me know. We always gave each other our flowers, so it's never no misunderstandings, no nothing like that. She knew how I felt. I knew how she felt. So
that's dope.
Yeah. Oh. I ain't cry. Get it.
Okay, so I want to bring up a discussion. This is a millennial podcast. Obviously, we're all millennials up here. I feel like the different generations feel however they feel about the different millennials. Right. The millennials or whatever. Like, the different generations feel however they feel about the different generations. Yeah. It is what it is.
The 80s the best.
So, I feel like millennials get a lot of
slack. Flack. That's the word.
Flack.
That's what they call it, flack.
Yeah. So, I came across this article. And the title was "Do Millennials Lack Confidence?" And I do not know how to pronounce this person's name, but I'll link it or whatever so y'all can actually read it. But basically it says, do millennials lack confidence? And they go on in the article and they give some statistics about a survey that LinkedIn actually did, saying if we're smarter or less confident or whatever. But anyway, so basically it says mainstream media portrays this entire population of close to 2 billion people worldwide, the millennials, as troubled, depressed, debt-ridden, downwardly mobile, and whatnot. As a result of which, the millennials, unlike any other generation, happen to have a contingent self-esteem, which means their sense of self-esteem depends heavily on external stimuli and opinions. It says that it's not that they have low or high self-esteem. The generation struggles with their own unique challenges. Some of the examples they gave was like inflation, low-paying jobs, tech addiction, cancel culture, debt, discrimination. It's a whole list or whatever. Yeah. So I wanted to get like our opinion on how do we feel about that in general. Like, how do you feel as a millennial in this world? We're speaking about confidence and staying self-motivated and just challenges in life and period. Do you feel like not necessarily compared to the other generations, but do you feel like it's harder?
What, to be confident?
For our generation dealing with like kind of like the things,
confident or successful and dealing with life,
kind of like stay, not necessarily, well, I guess stable or balanced. And
I
the
think
challenges that we just deal
like
with, play on your confidence a lot.
Because we were like the first generation to get social media, but social media is way worse now.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we were kids, like how we see how these kids get bullied and all that. I don't.
Thank God.
I would have had no clue.
Would have been no good if I had to grow up with social media the way it is now.
Yeah.
It's so much pressure.
Yeah.
As a thinking about how you know how you're a young mind. Well, we know now. Obviously, we're adults. There's certain things we trained our mind and things of that sort. But as a kid, the pressure that is on these kids just so
because we did that face to face.
Yeah,
exactly.
We did it face to face, and we know how it affected each other face to face. We joked each other, all of that stuff.
And then you went home,
and then that's it.
And y'all gonna be friends tomorrow. We gonna dust it off. But now this is going on the internet. We can have 1,000 views and all of that.
That's enough to drive crazy.
Yeah, social media is wild.
It's very stressful. Social media is stressful.
And
I think because of social media, not just social media though,
but that's like a big one.
But that's a big one. That I think a lot of us. I talk to like being depressed or having anxiety issues is a real normal issue in our age range as a millennial. It ain't strange like it might have been for like the baby boomers or even our parents and stuff. Like, oh, you depressed? You got anxiety? What's that?
Do you think that they didn't know what it was?
Because
now we're more interested in finding out what's wrong with us.
Yeah, I think they lack knowledge.
Yeah.
They lack knowledge, and it was seen as like, I think, weak.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, you don't feel good, you don't feel bad, you ain't happy or whatever. Oh well, get over it.
Yeah.
Work harder, be stronger.
You don't got no bills, you ain't stressed out. Get what you worried about.
Exactly. There was nothing ever too much, like really to be worried about.
Yeah. Because
you have to do what you got to do. Where we might, because we have knowledge, because sometimes I think ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Because we have knowledge, we know more. Like we know what we're feeling, and we know how it shows up, and we know we need therapy. Yeah. And meditation and tools to assist us where they didn't know that before. So, yeah, I think it's a gift and a curse. I think all of the knowledge and tools and technology and things that we have is almost too much external stimuli sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it can cloud yourself.
Because you don't know who you are. You looking at, and you comparing, you looking at people's social media, and you comparing yourself. You looking at people on TV, you comparing yourself, but
to everyone and everything, which will make it so that your stuff ain't good enough.
Yeah.
I ain't confident enough in comparison to Toya.
Yeah.
My house ain't good enough in comparison to
I use it as
Kristen.
motivation though.
And that's like
the flip side.
Yeah. A perspective flip.
If I look at somebody and they got something that I feel like I should have or I want, I'm gonna go get it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, every day I'm looking at social media and they look so happy and all that and they're married. I went and got a wife. What you mean? Yeah, like, oh, okay, I want a wife. But I feel like that a lot of stuff comes from different how you was raised or things that you watch, because like my grandfather, my great grandfather, he was working at the shipyard when black people wasn't allowed to write and read and all of that.
My great grandfather too.
He instilled that in us. Our knowledge, we need to have knowledge. Nobody can never take that away from you. And he always said, I don't want to be white. I don't want what the white people have. I'm going to just go get what I want. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. He had a white picket fence living on 17th and Marshall. Like, but that was his idea of the American dream. But it was. When he painted his fence white, I was like, you're doing too much.
Oh, because I'm getting my fence. And it's
going to be doing too much, bro. And I didn't get it. And I didn't really get it as a kid. Right. I didn't get it as a kid, and I'm like, why? Because he used to paint it different colors. Like, he was just bored. He was retired. It'll be blue. It'll be red. And then one day when he painted it white, he never changed the color ever again.
He was like, that's it.
And I was like, oh, he wanted his white picket fence. Like, that was the whole point of that. Oh, okay. Like, but it was just like, I seen all my family work my whole life. Like, you know, I had good examples. I didn't see people that was doing crazy stuff. So I had a lot of, like, my whole family, like the Watkins, shout out to the Watkins. Just because, I got a lot of family, so I need y'all to know I'm talking about the Walkers right now. This for y'all. But
so
I had
a question.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that if you didn't have the family you had and you didn't see what you seen, that you would still be you?
I honestly don't know. Because like all my cousins that's in my age group, we all doing what we supposed to be doing. We all went to college if that's what our path was, or we worked. We take care of our families. Like none of us been to jail, did drugs.
Y'all
like
doing good.
We didn't see that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like my age group, my grandma was the oldest. I mean the second oldest of 10. So then them 10 had to have kids and them 10, so it's all a trickle down. But we never seen anything different, so I don't know.
Right.
But like we all turned out the same way. Like we all decided what our plan in life. We learned that, at least we learned that you're supposed to work.
Right.
If nothing else. And you supposed to, school, we weren't allowed to like not do good in school. Like we, at least if you don't got to go to college, if you don't go to, but college was, at our age group, college was the minimum.
Yep,
we at least have to go to college. But like, if you didn't get to go to college, you at least gotta graduate, or you gotta go to the military. But it's
you gotta do something.
Yeah,
it's like, no such thing as not graduating.
There's no such thing as not graduating.
Not walking
and
across
then
the
what are
stage.
you
That was not
doing?
acceptable
Yeah.
And the graduation was just like, okay, you're definitely gonna graduate, but then what you doing after that?
What you doing immediately after that?
So y'all was both raised like that. So do y'all think that that's what helped y'all become who y'all were? Like if y'all think y'all had a different family, y'all would have been self-motivated? Like personally, do either one of y'all think that?
I don't think so. For me,
they told us what we wanted to do. They taught us.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do. You got to go to college.
I don't think so. I think being self-motivated, regardless of your environment or regardless of what you see, is an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Most people are not like that. My mama's like that. Like she's outside of what she saw. Like she's self-motivated. She gonna do whatever she put her mind to, regardless of what she see and everybody else is doing. But that's the exception. Most of us don't be like that. So would I think that I'll be like her? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'd be like, I don't know.
I say it often, my motivation, or whenever I'm thinking about something, I like, man, my daddy, or my mama did it. Like, I just always think about like what I saw and how I was raised. Basically, I still to this day go back to that. So yeah, no, I know I for sure would not be self-motivated without how I was raised, basically.
Yeah, and another thing I always think about with parents, I always think about how many kids did my parents have at this age I am right now. Like, yo, you were going through all the things I'm going through right now, and you had 3 kids. That's OD.
And you say that,
and I got 3 kids.
And say that to say y'all have to give y'all parents grace.
Oh,
like,
yes.
You have to. I learned this. The older I get, it's a constant lesson for me. But it's like, your mama and your daddy did the best that they could.
Well, what
they
had. Like, for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's like, you come home from work and think about the boss getting on your nerves and think about what kind of day you had. You got to walk in that door and be a mom. Like
immediately.
You have to. I got my kids trained. Y'all should try this. I always tell my kids I have to decompress. And since we in the age of like mental health and awareness, because my kids be like, oh, I need a personal day today. Can I not go to school? Mental health, blah, blah. We be saying, nah, it depends on if we think they really need it or not. But I tell my kids, me and my wife, when we get home from work, we need to decompress. And however long our room door is closed, that's how long we need to decompress. Like they allow us, and my parents, I don't know if they ever would have just told us that if I would have did
using that word.
Yeah, but now because they know what it is. But it's like I tell my kids I get home from work, I be like, they run to the door, they hug me, I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm going upstairs, I'm going to decompress or whatever like that. Or I tell my kids, hey, I don't really want to talk to no kids right now. I need a little break. I'm going to my room and close the door. They give me that space, but I give them that space.
Right.
I give them that
you
space.
Communicate well.
Yeah, I tell them. Yeah, I tell them. I just got off work. I don't want to see y'all. And why is these shoes right here? Because I just cleaned these people's house all day. You think I want to come up in here? And you got shoes? Clean this living room up. And I'm going upstairs because I don't want to see it. I know they be sick of me, but hey, I'm still a fun mom though. Yeah. Like I play, I laugh, I joke. It's a balance, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell y'all how I want things to go, because at least while y'all here with me, so when y'all get on your own, y'all do what y'all want to do, that's your business. But while you here with me, you're going to have to do this, because I don't want to live like this.
So how do you instill confidence in your children?
I gas them up. I gas my
you got
kids.
to be heavy on the gas with kids.
I gas but they gas me up the same way. Like when I was leaving out the house today, they was on me. Where you about to go? Like my 13-year-old, she's like it's the hardest with her because like 13, all of them kids want to wear the same thing. Mm-hmm. They want to wear is the same shoes. I made a video one time on Facebook. It was like all 13-year-old girls care about is wearing Jordans and doing their edges. That's all they care about. Like they don't care about nothing. So like when my daughter tells us like that we looking nice and stuff like that, we really obviously we must have put it on today. Like so I gas my kids up when they get their hair done or when they just looking whatever. Like you are so beautiful. But my mom did that to me. You know what I'm saying? My mom always told me I look nice. She always told me I was beautiful, pretty. She always said all of that stuff. So, like, nobody couldn't really tell me nothing different. My own mama keeps it. But, you know, they'd be like, you got a face only a mom could love. So, maybe it was but my mom still, to this day, right now, gasses me up crazy. Like, crazy. Like, she created the monster, if anybody wants to know. My mom still gasses me up.
Monster, y'all.
She's definitely calls me superstar. And she's the only person that called me Toya Monee. And that's why I picked that as my stage name because it flowed. Because she named me, obviously. But she always called me Toya Monee. Like, always called me that. So I was like, that's going to be my stage name. So I told her. So thank you for that, Mom.
Shout out
you
to
gave
Mom.
me my stage name. But, yeah, like, I gas my kids up, though. I mean, heavy on the gas.
Heavy on the gas.
Yeah.
So normally each episode we always do a younger me, like dear younger me. So like for you, what would you tell, let's say, 20-year-old Toya?
All right, let me go back to when I was 20.
Take a moment. I know it was a while ago.
You was in college.
You was in college. You was 20 years old.
Woo. Yeah, that was a time.
That was a time to be.
You know college. Y'all was at college.
Absolutely.
Y'all know what it was when y'all was 20.
Yeah, man, college.
So what I just gotta give myself a message or just anything?
Just say it.
Yeah, like the topic of confidence, self-motivation.
If I was, I would tell
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 20-year-old me, I was called I used to wear polo a lot. So I was polo. So I'm gonna say polo. This to you, girl. Stay focused, man. Stay focused. I'm glad that we got where we are today, but we could have been here a lot faster if we would have stayed focused on and those, relationships and all of those kind of things and friendships. Just do you, man. Just stay focused, and you could have been, everything you want to be. But guess what? 36-year-old you got you. I promise. Y'all probably don't even notice. I post pictures on my Instagram and social media all the time. Mm-hmm. And I say, yo, 6-year-old Toya be so proud today.
I do see that you say that.
I say it all the time because I think of those times where, like, when I was younger, like, how I just was like, and now I'm like, hey, you lit. I'm like, you lit. Oh, see, my shades wanted to be on when I said that part. Hold on.
Go ahead, put your shades on.
They said I couldn't wear my shades. They said I couldn't wear my shades here. They said I was giving diva. So my shades just fell off the couch. So if y'all believe how I believe, that was a sign to put my. So I'm gonna just put them on for a second, cause I love everybody. Everybody know I love some shades, man. But no, I'm gonna take them off. I just wanted y'all to see that.
You can leave
everybody that know.
You can be famous for the rest of the show.
All right, yeah. Shout out
anyway.
But yeah, that's all. Like you gotta stay focused, cause it's just a lot of things that's gonna happen in life, and you stronger than anything you ever thought you wasn't stronger than. And that's you gonna get through it. So keep going.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful.
Like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Need to record
Thank
that
you guys.
For yourself about 10
Thank
years
you.
From now.
I need that back. I wrote myself a letter. So
I want to do that. I don't know.
I don't know when I'm gonna ever read it, but. Yeah, I do that. Because I really think about them times, bro. Like, because I have moments where I'm in the car, like, and I will bust out crying, so proud of myself. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, this is you. You're doing it. You did this. And remember when you was 10, you was 11, you was this age, and you just thought that this was all for you, and you thought you had to be with this person, and you thought you had to do this, and you thought all of this stuff. Like, and now look at you. Doing it. Gone stuff.
I'm proud of you.
Gone stuff. Nah, for real.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, guys. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm gonna give y'all a shout out. I'm proud of y'all with this podcast because, like, I know y'all personally. Like, I've known y'all for a very long time, and I was in complete shock when y'all said that y'all was gonna do a podcast because y'all are like friendly and all of that, but to be like in the spotlight,
Extroverted.
neither one of y'all are like that to me. And y'all, I know it's been probably trials and all of that it came with how far y'all got today, but y'all stuck with it, and y'all got a podcast, and we outside.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm proud of y'all. I'm definitely proud of y'all. And y'all my first video podcast, so I'm y'all. I did my first drop for y'all. Yeah. My first drop. I did my first drop for them. So yeah, like everybody that's with me, we all going to the top. I'm taking the whole crew. We outside. If you in the crew, you gone. We out of here.
We outside. Okay, Britt.
Okay, so
what did you tell your 20s something about confidence? Self-motivation, around the topic we were talking about today.
Nobody else's opinions or thoughts matter.
Absolutely. I know that's right, girl.
Yes, and if you actually believe who God says you are, then you'll be okay. That's what I gotta say.
That's a good one, though, because God gas you up better than anybody. Okay. That's the ultimate gas.
Okay.
That's the ultimate gas.
He that is within me is greater.
Y'all think it's cocky. And y'all think it's cocky. No, God told me this. He already showed me this. I'm lit. Yeah.
All the way. That's so like really tapping into your spiritual side and realizing who God is and who God says you is just gives you a boost like no other. If you have that faith and you believe it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I'm
believe.
Right.
You can't fail at anything you do. Cause that's how you feel. You it's confident. You know the secret.
Even if I do fail, I know it's okay.
Yeah. Next.
Right.
Get it up. You be good.
What about you?
20s Kristen with confidence. She had low self-esteem, and it was a lot based around my weight. Mm-hmm. So I would just tell her, like, girl, you beautiful. Mm-hmm. You're beautiful. You popping. Like, stop playing. Stop playing with these people. But yeah, I would just touch specifically on that because that was something I struggled with a lot in my 20s. Yeah. So yeah, you beautiful girl. And they gonna get these rolls, and they gonna get these curves, and they gonna get these sticks,
and they still getting them.
And they gonna love it. Stop playing.
For real. Okay. No, I used to only date like really, really skinny women, and then when I met my wife, I was just like, oh, she a little bit, and then I was like, oh nah, this where it's at. This what it is.
Wifey, she was on the wrong side the whole time. You done brought her back to
where
it's supposed to be.
Right, it's the homecoming.
It's the homecoming.
I ain't never go back home.
You didn't.
It was definitely different. I was like, oh, okay, well.
I like this.
It's
cool.
You ain't know.
No clue.
Okay,
I used to run from y'all.
I
used to run from the thick girls. Like, come on, man, get on my face. I ain't got nothing for you. Well. Then I met T-Wash. When I met you.
Hello, Jesus.
Then I met you.
She's so annoying.
We're going to edit that out, guys.
I'm weak. I'm weak. I had to give y'all something for the bloopers. We've been doing so good.
We have. This was perfect. We're going to close this whole thing out.
Sorry, look.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Season 2, Episode 10, where we discuss confidence and self-motivation and entrepreneurship with Toya Monee. Of course, you can find our podcast on everywhere you listen to podcasts. I love how they say that.
Okay.
Spotify, Apple Music, Google, Amazon.
You name it.
You name it.
Yeah. I'll see y'all.
But anyway, like, share, subscribe, all of that. And until next time.
Hold on. Also, if you haven't already, after every episode, the following Friday that we drop, we always unpack on our blog. We have a new blog. Mm-hmm. So if you follow us on Instagram, link is in our bio.
It's www.treehousevibes.com. And one of us, or maybe both of us sometimes, will say more about what we didn't say or go in deeper to what we did say during the episode. And y'all can get a peek into who we are and maybe even some behind the scenes. So, yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so there we go.
Okay. All right, bye. Y'all have a good day.
Thank y'all for having me.